What's going on, people? Welcome to another video. Today's video is about the Fury Defense League. We're talking the fallout from Usyk and Fury's fight, and the Fury Defense League have been coming out in full force to jump to their Master's Defense. And it's really interesting. Not even interesting. It's ridiculous, if I'm honest. Some of the excuses that people are making for Tyson Fury, not even excuses, but they're trying to take away the win from Usyk and take away from his greatness. Now, I've always called Fury a fraud. I don't believe that takes away from his greatness, because some people will be like, and I've seen some things on other channels like saying, no, you don't call Fury a fraud because that's taken away from Usyk's win and it makes him look. And it's like, no, like, we're not going to say Fury was some all-time great fighter and Usyk beat him. We'll say that Usyk is all-time great because he came from cruiserweight and did what he needed to do. And also, he had a 40-pound weight difference. That's why he gets those props. Fury is a very good fighter, but he's been using or relying on his attributes to get him through. This is the best for boxing. This is the best example of what a champion should be. All the young kids coming up through boxing shouldn't be looking at Fury as an example of what to do, because yes, he naturally had talent and he naturally had attributes which got him there and he kept him there while he ducked the heavy challenges. But it was good. It was good enough at the time for him to beat certain people. But hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard enough. And that's what happened. Fury naturally could move very, very well for someone his size. He also had an extra long reach. He also was very, very tall. So he had all these natural attributes that boxing skill didn't necessarily need to be developed to have those attributes. And he relied on it. And he didn't look after his body. He drank, he did whatever. And now we get in the situation we are now. And we've had people start to take away from Usyk's win. Oh, sorry, even before I get to that, like, by saying he's a fraud, and he is a fraud, it doesn't take away from Usyk's win, because it still is a great win of someone that big, that much size difference in height and that much size difference in weight. I had people on this channel, yep, you know who you are, in the comments saying you can't touch what you can't reach, not knowing that Usyk is the exact same size as Steve Cunningham, and he definitely reached them. We have people saying height makes a big difference and he's not going to do. Now, I don't blame you for thinking it, but that's what takes it away a little bit. But we can look at, it's not the same extent, but David Haye versus Valuev, it's not the same extent at all, because obviously Fury is far more skilled than Valuev. But David Haye beat a monster that night. He beat a titan at his size, and he definitely gets props for it. Even to another lesser extent, Daniel Dubois and Jerome Miller. Jerome Miller has not beat anyone at all, but he was 300 pounds, he's 100 pounds heavier than Dubois. And because Dubois beat him, like, we see it as a resurgence of Dubois. And a lot of people are now backing Dubois and saying that he is very, very good. Now, really and truly, it doesn't justify those comments, but of course, that size difference makes a big difference and it adds more weight to the win, no pun intended. So yeah, I don't believe it takes it away to acknowledge that this person, that Fury, is not as good as everyone made him out to be. And we have people coming out the woodwork saying maybe he didn't prepare right. I saw this on like Talk Sport, and I've seen even Johnny Nelson, and who else said it? I saw someone else say it. Yeah, maybe he didn't prepare right. Maybe he lost weight too fast, which that could be a part of it. But the not preparing right, I don't give that any credence. As a champion, that should be part of what makes you a good champion. Like, we gave Fury way too much leeway on the fact that, he got mashed up by Ngannou. He just didn't prepare for him properly. So that's part of what makes you a great fighter. You can't call yourself an all-time great, lose to someone, maybe I didn't prepare for him properly, and that's it. Like, no, like, we have to also count that as to why you're not an all-time great, because you're not disciplined enough to remain all-time great. And yes, we have other all-time greats like Lennox who has slip-ups here and there, but then he went and got he got avenged his defeats, he avenged them. Whereas Fury will never fight Ngannou again. I mean, it doesn't really need to. And we'll see if he fights Usyk again. And that was not a bad night at office. This is the best Fury we've seen in years, and I'm thankful for that. I kept saying in my other videos, I don't want to see a crappy fight. I don't see a bad Tyson Fury. I want to see the best Tyson Fury. And that's what I believe we got. And Usyk beat the best Fury. Now, we have people coming out also talking about, his defensive genius. And this is my big thing. You can't say someone's got a good chin or is a defensive genius if they've been down 7 times in their career. Doesn't add up. Triple G, that's a good chin. Canelo, that's a good chin. Flipping George Foreman, if we're going back in heavyweights, that's a good chin. Vitaly Klitschko, not Vladimir, but Vitaly Klitschko, never been down in his career. That's a good chin. Fury has been wobbled. Fury has been down multiple times. And you can say to Deontay Wilder, oh my gosh, the power, but we don't know about Wilder's power yet because he hasn't faced elite competition. He's only faced Fury, and even though he lost, he put him down. What, 3-4 times? There was a Steve Cunningham. I can't even go. Listen, Fury's been down too many times to call him a defensive genius. I have to say he has a great chin, which a lot of boxing experts, Dominic Ingle, another little Fury Defense League people are doing. They're trying to take away from the win, but I just don't think he was ready. He'll win in the rematch. And Fury could very well win in the rematch, but don't put it on the fact that this was a blip in the matrix. This wasn't an Andy Ruiz moment where, Joshua definitely had some stuff going on before the fight and came back and avenged it and showed you that was just a blip. That shouldn't have ever happened. This was a better man, a much better boxer, and a generational great beating a very good boxer. We also need to acknowledge the fact that, stop talking about why didn't Fury just put the pressure on straight away and why didn't just... There's 2 people in the ring. One person isn't doing the game plan. Let's acknowledge that the other person might not be letting them do it. So the reason why I feel like people think, and I thought when AJ first fought Usyk, I was like, okay, he's just going to come steamroll him. But AJ had the wrong game plan, tried to outbox him. And then in the second fight, I thought a similar thing. Second fight, I thought AJ learned from mistakes. Now he's just going to come out first round and be a lot more aggressive. And again, I still thought he had the wrong coaches in his corner, but he didn't do it. Now there's a reason why, and I accepted it from that AJ fight. You just can't do it, Usyk. He stops you from doing it, whether it's through the feints, whether it's through the footwork. In this fight, interestingly, he didn't actually have a lot of lateral movement. Usyk was planting his feet a lot, and he put Fury on the back foot straight away, but he stopped him from doing it. It might be one thing saying, you little man, you middleweight rabbit, I'm gonna do this to you, I'm gonna do that to you. And then when you get in front of him, it's like, oh, wait a minute, I can't actually do this. We see some moments of Fury being quite honest in some interviews, and he did towards the end of the build-up for the fight. He was starting to be a lot more honest and say, Usyk's a rough challenge, and all the nonsense that he was chatting before went out the window. But you have people like Shane Fury, who should know boxing, saying, this is probably going to be the easiest fight of Tyson's career. And I get it, some things are just chat, and you're just trying to hype the fight, but that doesn't hype the fight. Because that makes people go, well, I'm not going to watch it then. If there's any casuals who just think, 6'3", 6'9", easiest fight, I'd watch that, catch the highlights. So that doesn't hype the fight. So I don't really get why you would do that unless you really believed it. So yeah, the Fury Defense League have been out in full force, trying to make excuses. You got Frank Warren talking about the nonsense that Fury said about the Ukraine war after the fight and blaming it on bipolar. Do me a favor. There's no way that you can start to, use the mental health aspects as a reason. Yes, I do believe Fury's got bipolar, and that's the reason for a lot of his nonsense. But it isn't just a get out of jail free card. You can't just say whatever you like and then put it on that, because there's people in everyday life that don't have the benefits that this guy has, that have to live with bipolar and can't just do whatever the heck they want with no repercussions. This guy's got people looking up to him, millions of people looking up to him. He's also a multi-millionaire and his family's around him that should be able to get him the help he needs in order to not influence other people to just say whatever the heck he wants. It's ridiculous, it's absolutely ridiculous. So stop the scapegoat stuff, stop the excuses. Fury lost to the better man. He put up a good fight. It just wasn't good enough for Alexander Usyk. What did you think? What do you think of all the fallout from the Fury-Usyk fight? Have you seen it? Do you feel like it's nonsense as well? Am I overreacting? Who knows? Let me know. Comment below, like, share, subscribe. Peace.